Okay, so I'm back with another small video here, and yeah, let's try this again. Anyways, I suppose I might give up a little bit of a weird, I don't know, not vibe, but well, I do know where I live. If you think that I don't know where I live in Israel, and all this that's going on here now, it's just something I'm not going to talk about on this channel, because frankly, I don't have words for it. So everything that's been going on since the 7th of October, and the 7th of October, of course. Yeah, it is what it is, and this is not a channel about this. So I want this channel to be about hope, not about the absolute opposite, which would be despair, I suppose, and all this other crappy stuff. So yeah, so let's start from there. Maybe that this this channel will be about hope and not about crappy life and despair, because yeah, I will tell you about it later. Lately I've been not, into any kind of makeup, but a lot of other things. So anyways, if you clicked on this channel, welcome, and yeah, you might want to stay for a while, or you might not, but that's up to you and not up to me. So anyways, this channel used to be just about makeup, because I kind of put all my, my free time, or my, yeah, kind of poured myself into makeup for a while there. And for the last 2.5 or 3 years almost, I've gotten, a little bit away from it, a lot of it because of COVID, when you couldn't wear any makeup anyway. So what was the use, You can't wear makeup under a mask. That's just stupid, if you ask me. So anyways, I didn't do that, and so I got away from a lot of makeup, and then a lot of things have happened since. And yeah, well, so I'm not a multitasker, it seems. I can't just do my makeup and talk at the same time. It kind of becomes only makeup, because what you do, that's what you put your focus on, right? And then it's hard to speak. So I'm not a person like that either. I can't speak and do at the same time. Maybe there's people that can do that. I'm not one of them. Anyways, I want this channel to be a little bit different from what it was before, since my whole life was always different from what it was before. I'm not just into makeup anymore. I used to be just into makeup and manicure, color my nails, and as you can see, yes, well, I do have some gel on my natural nails, but that's kind of the way I walk around now, because also it goes with everything. You don't have to think, that it will match, and for me that's kind of a nice thing to do, to have clothes and makeup and nail color match a bit. So this is kind of the easy way to go, I have to say. Anyways, well, so this channel used to be just about makeup and those things, but now I want to change it a bit. So if you're still interested, to stick around, or if you're new here, welcome. And yeah, I want this channel to be, with everything that's happened in the world and in Israel, where I live, for the last 2.5 years, with the 7th of October attack on Israel, and the massacre and all that went on that day, and the kidnapping and everything. It's just nuts. There are better words for that, but nothing I can say on this channel, I suppose. Anyways, so I want this channel to be of hope and not despair and not negativity, because I think we got enough of that from a lot of other places. And yeah, so let's go from there somewhere. And I also had quite a bit of personal stuff going on for the last 2.5 years, let's say. So maybe 3, I don't know. But yeah, if you want to know more about where I get my joy and my peace from, then stick around, because I just might tell you. Okay, it's the first really hot day here, so hence the hair is up, and I don't want to use the air conditioner yet. But yeah, it's hot today, and that's where we are. So I will start by using some products for my brows. Actually, I've gotten into brows lately and kind of enjoying it. So I'm using this for today. I'm using this old Smashbox palette and a product from Anastasia Beverly Hills for the brows. And yeah, I ordered the new Viseart brow palette, which I think is gonna be better than this old Smashbox one. And yeah, it's on the way. So this one is, what is it called? Duo Pencil, Highlighting Duo Pencil. Brr. Maybe it's not the one I need. Let's see. Because I want to start by kind of mapping out where I don't want to brow. And I might have hair here. I did wax them, but you know, there's only so much that I can manage to actually see and take out. That's just the way it is. So I'm going like that. And as you can see, I have more loose skin than what I used to have. So, hello, that's where it is. That's part of also a thing that I've been going through in the last, was it 1.5 years ago already? Well, I might tell you about that today. I had a total hysterectomy. Yeah, I think it's called total. It might be TMI for some sensitive people, but if you're that sensitive, then that's too bad. I had, what is it in English now then? My ovaries taken out, and the cervix and where the babies are grown. Wow, I should have become a doctor, I think. It just might have been a good idea. I know I have it only in Hebrew. Oh, this is really bad. Okay, so that just it. I just had to look it up. I can't believe I didn't remember that. Anyways, so I had the ovaries and the uterus, or the womb, taken out. Did you know that in Hebrew, the womb or the uterus is called rechem, and it comes from the root of mercy. Isn't that interesting? I thought that was very interesting, actually. Mercy. Interesting. Anyways, well, so I had that taken out, like in a hysterectomy, for 1.5 years ago. That's 1.5 years ago. Yeah, it took me a long time to recover, I'll tell you that. Even if it was one of those fancy operations. Laparoscopic. Telling you I should have been a doctor. Anyways, so yeah. And I did like too much too soon. And it took me a long time to recover. But I did. And now I'm all good. And now I also got HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. And it took me 3 months or something to get that, because apparently it's not something they even think about here, or they don't want to think about too much, because everybody seems to be afraid of it, which I'm not. I've been on freaking hormones almost all my life, it seems. So now I should be afraid of it when I really need it? Give me a break. That's total. I can't say that word either here, but and I probably shouldn't say it anyways. But yeah, that's just no. All right. So now I'm going to this Smashbox palette that I have here, and there's a cream here. It's supposed to be for the brows. Let's see if it's gonna work, or if it's just gonna be a total disaster. I didn't use this part of this palette, I have to say, almost at all. So let's see. And it's an older palette, so this might be actually a real total disaster. But, you know, I'm just putting it on like this. And then probably putting too much also, I don't know. Let's just, oh, that girl, that's not how you do these things. Oh, and now I see there's hair that just go to the wrong direction. You see, that's part of the thing when you get this age, which you should be happy that you get to this age. But there's a lot of people who don't. A lot of people who don't. So yeah. Anyways, here we go with this a little bit, or a lot. And I think I have to cut some of these shorter at least, because this is like messy business here. Messy business. Where do you want to go? Anyways, and yeah, I like to be a multitasker right now. This is taking all my attention. This is getting too messy also. Girl, it's getting messy. Yeah, so I cut some of them a bit shorter at least. I don't want to cut too much, because when you don't have a lot of hair in your brows and you cut them, like, you know, you take off from this part, they just get really thin and nasty looking. So I'm not doing that anymore. Just better to let them be a bit wild, I think. Oh, this looks a bit bad, I don't know. Yeah, what you have to press it down or something? I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. It becomes a little bit too something. I'm not so. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's me, but let's try it anyways. Okay, another brush. And then I will go into these. These are too light also. I'm probably gonna need to use some of the darker colors. I don't know if that's gonna work. So yeah, this is far too light, because I tint my brows to get, you know, the white, a little bit of a something. But let's start with the light one here. Who knows, maybe it will work in the end. So the lighter taupey kind of color, just here in the beginning. Well, so I became, you know, and I wasn't menopausal before I had this operation. And the reason why I had it, you know, was kind of fear-based from my place, but because of my mother and how she passed away from cancer and blah blah blah. A lot of years ago, long time ago. And well, I was thinking like, I'm not gonna even give it a chance. I'm gonna stay here. So, you know, I'm kind of radical sometimes in my thinking and my ways. And yeah, but I kind of like that about myself. And then sometimes, well, it is what it is, let's say. It is what it is. If you are like me, you are like me. So, Anyways, I had total peace about it though. And if I say peace, it means that I have a belief in God. It's that kind of peace. And now I continue with the darker one. I kind of like this. See, I just put a little bit in here. And I will kind of go like a line like that. I will soften it up, but they're also too short. Because I kind of don't like, all those that come out here are white and they go all the places, you know. And this way I can just make it straighter or, you know, more out like this than downward. And I kind of like that, so that I have options over there. Fill it in a bit. And then here where it's kind of the important place. And that would be somewhere like that. Give it a little lift over there. And then not so much here where I have a lot of hair. Here I have less hair, so it kind of needs a little bit more definition. Around about there. And then of course, you do have to soften it because otherwise it looks like just too, I don't know. Anyways, I have a hard time making it look, I mean, it's not natural anymore. But make it look like it doesn't look too drawn on. Because I really don't like that look. So maybe if I just cover the with the hair over there where I just put something, that might make it look a little bit better. Does it look better than the other eye? Alright, I was thinking today to use this purple Natasha Denona palette. This one. Wouldn't that be kind of appropriate? I already added some or applied some eye primer from MAC, and it's the Painterly, the more pinkish version of the primers from there. Just a tiny bit, not a lot at all, because then it becomes really crumbly and strange looking on my skin. And I will start with a big brush like this. And I don't know if I really have something neutral in this one. It looks kind of not like it. But maybe I can mix those two together. Those two. Yeah. The gray one and this pinkier one here. Let's see. And okay, I will just dab this a little bit all over the lid down here, not all the way up maybe. Oh, very pigmented. That was kind of pretty by itself. Well, I'm done now. Well, if it was so easy with me, that would be nice, huh? But no, I'm not done at all. Yeah, I'm trying to really press it in, and because I really have lately seen that my eyelids will make everything crease. Like now I have more pink on this one. Alright, girl. More pink here too then. And really press it in. Like that. And then I can blend with this brush too and take just the light one. And this is a done look, huh? This is already done. Very simple. I tend to feel that way with her eyeshadows a lot, that, you know, they're very simple and, you know, easy to put on, especially the matte ones, like from her matte ones. Not all of them though. She has so many different varieties of matte that some of them I don't really get along with. But these are really nice and smooth. Okay, when you have colors like this, you have to mix. It's just so much more fun. This one and this one together. And let's see what kind of a purple I get from that. Okay, that's too much of that one. Not enough for the red one. A little bit more of a plummy color. Like that. Just in the outer corner maybe. Oh, I have to be really careful with these kind of colors nowadays. Not like I used to slap them on. It's not the same anymore with these eyes. Have to be a bit more. But it's still fun. I mean, it's still fun to use those kind of colors because you can still have them peek through a bit. I mean, even if you can't see a lot of them all the time, they're still there, you know. And let's face it, it's more for yourself than anything else. But you want to look put together, right? Do you like that word, put together? We were marvelously and fearfully made and put together in the womb or a mother. It doesn't go exactly like that. That's something from the Bible, but it's not exact. I like purples. Purple is a really pretty color. And of course it's not blended now, it's just, you know, placed. Okay, I will use this peachier warmer color under eye a bit. I will mix it with this one actually, to make it a bit lighter, because that looks a little bit too much. And it looks kind of pink on me. Well, but it's not as, you know, cool tone as the other ones. So, okay, I think I will take from this light pink here and use that one here. Just kind of dab it in like that. And then the darker one in the outside corner, the darker shiny one, a shimmer, whatever you want to shimmer, you could probably call it shimmer. So here, and that would be this one. There is one more here too, but well, I grabbed this one, so this one it is. Just a little bit of that one, not too much, just to not make it look flat over there. Flat. And this whole thing, I think I want to leave it like without much on it. And then I should also be careful how I blend it, because otherwise it will just go all over. So let's see, another brush. So a smaller brush for blending, just, and in a way I think I don't have enough here at all. And also for making a video, it probably won't look like I have anything almost on my eye. But in real life, this is quite a colorful look already, you know. So yeah, well, some people may say that if you already make a video, make it for the video, like make it look nice for a video, and maybe you're right, but then I'm wrong, and that's okay. I can be wrong. That won't melt me, you know, if I'm wrong. So something like that. I kind of like it just simple like this today. Hindash liquid liner in black, just again stamping it in between the lashes. And I probably have to go over with something to make it a bit softer looking, because this is kind of just a harsh line over there, but it's not really a line, it's really where my lashes are, if you can tell. Difference, just to make it, because they white until the roots here. Like not white blonde, they're not even white, some of them might be, but most of them are just blonde. And it's been like this my whole life, so that's the way it is when you blondie. And yeah, I'm not mad about it. It's just you need to add more color to yourself, because it's not like you have naturally a lot of depth and a lot of color in you. But it's a lot of fun too then. Then there's a good reason to do it, right? I think so. So a little bit, just a little bit, and I will let it dry and see if I will go over, you know, like this and add a little bit of a darker eyeshadow on it. Maybe even a black one. Why not? Okay, I will just continue with the same palette so it won't be like, you know, taking a million things out. And another angle brush, of course, with this eggplant color. Maybe I will add a little bit of the bluish purple too. Because if I use just these kind of colors on me, I tend to get like a sicklish looking eye, so I don't think that's something anyone wants. So now I need 2 hands just to, again, rather stamp it on it and then go over a little bit maybe to blend it. Then I have to lift it up like that, so lift the skin up a little bit. See, because it skips, it's that kind of thing. It up a little bit. I will take some of this one, I think. It's not that light, but I will try this one. A little bit here. Oh, that's too much. Like here. I don't know, my way of doing makeup now is like, some of my looks are like really different to before, but some of them are like, I don't know, like I'm trying to replicate something from before and it just doesn't work the same. I just don't like it in the end. So trying to do different things, maybe less, and maybe it's more. That's what they mean? Oh well. This one is a bit peachy. This one is actually really nice. And it's very good for me because, like I said, if I have too cool toned or too brownish red, but also too cool toned, too cool toned are also not too good on me. So it's better that I stay a little bit on the, you know, neutral, or I add a bit warm to my look. Then it looks better. Okay, I'm really happy with that look. It's kind of fresh and not so blended. Not so blended. It doesn't seem like it's very blended here. Let's see. So I believe that there is a God for sure. And I mean, how can you have this happen if there's no God? This, it's, you have to believe in a God. And if you don't, you're like crazy, in my opinion. Yeah, and not the other way around. So, and I believe the true God is the God of Israel. But I also believe that Mashiach already came here and he was Yeshua. And yeah, so, that's what I believe. And that's what gives me hope and peace and all these qualities that you need to be able to live a life today, especially today. And yeah, so I think I will just do the foundation and come back. That's what I think. Oh, I need mascara and those things. Okay, so I will do those things and come back. So I have foundation on. Hopefully not too much of it. And I thought to use a mix of these two colors for blush. And maybe add a little bit of this in the eye look as well. So that it will be, you know, yeah, I will probably do that. So soft brush, and I will first add this one. Let's do it that way. So do I need to powder this? I don't think so. Well, let's see. Yeah, it looks like I need it to. Start up here. Yeah, it gets a little bit stuck in the foundation, I think. Or maybe not. Okay, I went over with the sponge a little bit. And now we'll go to this one. And this is the lilac one from Dior. Is it called lilac? Pink lilac. Okay, pink lilac. So it's very much like the eye look, so I thought it would look fun. Give it a little bit of a lilac, maybe around it a bit like that. I don't know. I think it turns more pink on me than anything else, but you probably don't want a really lilac blush either on skin like mine. Then it will just look blue. I will take some of this Hourglass powder in Moodlight. So a little bit of a pinkish gray kind of setting powder, which is really nice. I would just use the same soft brush that I used before. Yeah, that definitely does quite a lot to tone things down. And in the same time, it doesn't make it, you know, dull. So those are really nice. Like a little bit of all over powder, but especially here where I added too much. But I will use it all over. Okay, I said I will use a little bit of this in the eye look as well, so I will do that. To make it go together a little bit better. Now my brows are already like wherever. This one could probably be nice under eye a bit. Since it's kind of peachy, warm it up a bit. Okay, this one is P7 from the I Need a Nude collection. And this is Baume de Rose, whatever, from by Terry, which is a really nice kind of balmy gloss. So I thought I will read something from the Bible. If you're still here and you want to hear it, then stay a bit longer. And if you're afraid of it, then you have to click out now, because here it comes. I think I will read something from Isaiah 55. Verse 6 I will start. So, yeah. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call you upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return to the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. And to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Okay, so. Wow. What else could I tell you? So if you want the same kind of hope that I have, and peace and joy, get into the Word of God. Yeah, the Bible. The Holy Bible. Yeah. That's what I would recommend. Anyways, thanks for watching if you did, and if I won't see you next time, then hope you have a good life, and yeah, and a good afterlife too.